The leap felt like flying until I looked down. Trading my map for your hand, hope we're not lost. My what ifs used to be about success, now they're about us. Comfort was a warm blanket, but you were the sunrise. Risking it all felt brave in the moment. Now the silence is loud. My carefully built walls crumbled the day I chose you. They say the greatest adventures are unplanned. This feels a little too unplanned. The familiar path is always calling, trying hard not to answer. Is worth it a feeling or a destination? Still figuring that out. My old life feels like a faded photograph, beautiful but distant. This vulnerability feels like both my greatest strength and weakness. The butterflies were exciting at first, now they're just restless. Did I outgrow my comfort zone or just run away from it? Hoping this new ground becomes solid soon, my footing feels shaky. The script of my life has been rewritten, still learning the new lines. My yes to you meant a goodbye to so much more. This unknown territory is beautiful and terrifying, often at the same time. Is this growth or just a really elaborate form of being lost? The quiet moments are the loudest now, filled with unspoken questions. My heart knew what it wanted, but my head is still catching up. Trading security for possibility, the interest rates are wild. Every small step forward feels like a victory against doubt. The echoes of my old life are getting fainter. Is that good? This feels like the ultimate plot twist, hoping for a happy ending. My definition of home is changing. Is it a place or a person? The fear of regret is a powerful motivator. Hope it's guiding me right. This journey is testing everything I thought I knew about myself. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is admit you're scared. My comfort zone feels like a distant memory. Was it all a dream? Leaping into the void seemed romantic. Gravity is a harsh mistress. Hoping forever isn't just a word people throw around. The price of this new adventure feels higher some days than others. Is this the beginning of something amazing or the end of everything else? My intuition screamed, go, but my logic is whispering, be careful. This vulnerability is a constant tightrope walk, afraid to look down. The story of us is still being written. I hope we like the ending. My carefully curated life has been beautifully disrupted. This feels like jumping off a cliff and building wings on the way down. The uncertainty is both exhilarating and utterly exhausting. Did I find myself in you or lose myself completely? My old routines feel like a lifetime ago. Have I changed that much? This risk feels like the biggest gamble of my life. The stakes are my heart, hoping this new path leads to a brighter view, not just a longer fall. The silence used to be peaceful, now it's filled with anticipation. My comfort zone was safe, but it wasn't this. Trading my solo journey for a shared one, hope our paces match. This feels like the ultimate test of faith in you and in myself. Sometimes I feel like I'm holding my breath, waiting for something. My definition of happiness is being redefined in real time. This new normal is anything but, and that's the point, right? Hoping the sacrifices I made were worth the potential reward. The map to my future used to be clear. Now it points to you. This feels like the most authentic version of myself and the most terrified. My comfort zone was predictable. This is anything but. Leaping was the easy part. The landing is what worries me. Hoping we works out because me feels incomplete now. This vulnerability feels like wearing my heart on my sleeve for you. The adventure is thrilling, but sometimes I just crave familiar ground. Did I make the right choice? The answer changes with the sunrise. The echoes of my past whisper doubts, but your presence shouts louder. This feels like stepping into a painting, beautiful, but unsure of my place. My comfort zone was a well-worn book. This is a blank page. Trading my solitude for the possibility of belonging, a risky exchange. Is this love or just a desperate attempt to escape myself? Hoping our roots grow deep enough to weather any storm. This vulnerability feels like an open wound, exposed to the elements. The story of us is my favorite kind of unpredictable. My carefully constructed world tilted on its axis the moment I met you. This feels like diving into the deep end without knowing how to swim, trusting you'll be there. The uncertainty is a constant hum beneath the surface of everything. Did I find my missing piece or just create a new puzzle? My old life feels like a distant planet, unreachable, maybe even uninhabitable now. This risk feels like jumping off a diving board with no water below, hoping you're the net, hoping this new path isn't just a detour, but the actual destination. The quiet moments are either blissful connection or deafening silence. My comfort zone offered safety, but it never offered this kind of intensity. Trading my independence for interdependence, a delicate balance to maintain. This feels like the ultimate act of surrender, letting go of control for you. The fear of losing this outweighs the comfort of staying the same. Is this growth or just a shedding of my former self? Hoping the spark doesn't fade into embers. This vulnerability feels like the ultimate truth, exposed and raw. The narrative of my life now has a wee chapter, and it's terrifying and beautiful. My definition of brave has completely changed. This feels like walking a tightrope with my heart as the balancing pole. The familiar feels foreign now. Have I crossed a point of no return? This risk feels like betting everything on a single hand, hoping for a royal flush. Hoping this new chapter isn't just a fleeting dream. The silence can be a comfortable understanding or a vast emptiness. My comfort zone was a cage I didn't realize I was in. Trading my predictable routine for spontaneous moments, a welcome chaos. This feels like the universe aligning, or maybe just my wishful thinking. The fear of failing us is a constant undercurrent. Is this happiness or just the absence of my previous discontent? Hoping our imperfections fit together like puzzle pieces. This vulnerability feels like the purest form of connection. The story of us is unfolding in unexpected and beautiful ways. My carefully guarded heart finally found a reason to open. This feels like finally exhaling after holding my breath for too long. The uncertainty keeps me awake at night, but your presence brings dawn. Did I lose myself in you, or finally find myself beside you? My old aspirations feel less important now. You've become the priority. This risk feels like the only choice I ever truly had. Hoping this journey leads to a shared horizon. The quiet moments are filled with the unspoken language of our connection. My comfort zone was a stagnant pond. This is a flowing river. Trading my carefully chosen words for honest, unfiltered feelings. This feels like the beginning of something truly significant. The fear of this ending keeps me cherishing every moment. Is this real life or a beautifully constructed fantasy? Hoping our love story becomes my favorite. This vulnerability feels like the strongest part of me now. The story of us is the one I want to keep telling. My carefully planned future now has your name written all over it. This feels like coming home, even though it's somewhere new. The uncertainty is a reminder that we're creating something unique. Did I make a mistake? The thought flickers, but your smile banishes it. My old beliefs are being challenged and reshaped by you. This risk feels like the greatest adventure I've ever embarked on. Hoping our paths continue to intertwine. The silence between us is often more meaningful than words. My comfort zone now feels suffocating in retrospect, trading my guarded heart for the possibility of true intimacy. This feels like destiny knocking, and I finally answered. The fear of losing you is a constant motivator to be better. Is this the missing piece I've been searching for my whole life? Hoping our love grows stronger with every challenge. This vulnerability feels like the ultimate act of trust. The story of us is the one I never saw coming, but always wanted. My carefully built defenses crumbled in the face of your authenticity. This feels like finding my anchor in a stormy sea. The uncertainty is what makes this feel so alive. Did I change for the better because of you, or just change completely? My old dreams have been replaced by the dream of our future. This risk feels terrifying and exhilarating in equal measure. Hoping our journey together is long and full of love. The silence is a comfortable space where our souls connect. My comfort zone now represents what I left behind, not what I crave. Trading my fear of commitment for the joy of belonging. This feels like magic, even if it's just the power of human connection. The fear of waking up from this dream is very real. Is this the happiness I always heard about? Hoping our bond withstands the test of time. This vulnerability feels like the source of my greatest strength. The story of us is the one I want to write forever. My carefully constructed identity has expanded to include you. This feels like finding my safe harbor. The uncertainty reminds me to appreciate every moment we have.